Hi, welcome back to Making It with Minglet. What I have on my desk has been a more than pleasant surprise. These are some prints that were sent to me from Christy Hartman, and I will put her link down below. But she was talking about all her scrap papers, and I said, hey, I'll take them. I'll take some of them. And this one is too pretty to use. I am going to frame this one because I love it that much. If you watch her channel, she creates stencils for PM Artist Studio, and she shows you so many different ways to use them and to get those layers and just all the selling, the prints. She really works hard, so I am so excited. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole stack with you, but what I am looking for is, I have been working on my little houses, and in the beginning I showed you my little recycled box that used to be a drink holder from McDonald's that came with some carry out, and I have cut the bottom pieces all the way off. I used gaffer's tape anywhere that I felt like it needed to be reinforced. If you do not have gaffer's tape, you could use masking tape as well, but the gaffer's tape seems to be pretty sturdy. It has a feel like it's got some fabric in it, and it's not too terribly sticky, so it's easy to work with. But I'm going to be looking through, and what I would like for this outer holder to look like is something magical, like something that you might wander into the forest and find and say, oh man, that looks cool. So here is a tree design, and we know we might see that in the forest. So, and the fact that it's orange, my favorite color, that's definitely something that might work. Here is some echo prints, and you see how wispy and pretty that somehow will be used. I come to this one, and then I know without a doubt that this, which is really a pickup sheet in essence, but this has already got me very intrigued. I can see this really being featured in my paper house because I'm a fan of nature anyway. And this one, these things can possibly play together, so I'm going to try to do a little sorting. She's got some things in here that I probably won't use right now. So I'm looking for the things that are kind of earthy in nature. This has got some earthy colors. That feels like a parchment paper. And look at this. Wow. I could see that being windows. Ooh, yes, I'm seeing something there. Got some trucks, and those are her stencils. And here's another one of those that's got the, let's turn it over and look at it from the back side too. You'll see it's got some prints. Can you see those through? And it's been used to pick up, but that's got kind of a whimsical look. And I like that. Here's more whimsical. And this one, I'm not sure how I'll use that yet. Okay. And I'm going to stick more towards the thinner papers, just because I know that with what I want to do with that, I think they'll work better. Look at that blue. Ooh, that's pretty. When I first took this out of the envelope, I sat downstairs before I brought it up here and just drooled literally. So many beautiful things, and it's different when you watch somebody and see what they create, but when you hold it in your hands, there's just something about it that's very gratifying and exciting. Ooh, this is neat. set that one out. That's got all gold. That's garden something, I think. It's got a flower in it. It's like garden trellis or... I'll put PM Artist Studios link in there as well. And if you are going to go and get any of Christy's stencils, go to her YouTube page and go down into the details of any one of her videos, and it will give you the guidelines for a code for PM Artist Studio, and that will save you some money, help you get those things. So I think this is a good start with the ones I've got pulled to the side. So I'm going to move these out of the way. Trust me, they'll be coming back. They're just going to go for a little while. Now, let's see what we got here. Sounds like my husband's getting ready to vacuum the living room. He asked me if he could, and I told him it'd be okay. I think it's sweet that he asked. Now, this one was the first one that caught my eye. And I'm going to use this as the front side. And then the pocket will go in the back. So, what I want to do is I want to get as much of the same print on as I can. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use my mixture of half Elmer's glue, half water. That seems to work just fine, and for this lightweight paper there shouldn't be any problem with that. And if you're wondering what the noise is, I'm trying to get it open. Hold your ears, people. Hold your ears. That's Darcy's trick, and it usually works. Oh, I must not have wiped my rim off. Okay, then. Oh, finally. Whew. My grip is not really great, so I can't blame that on anything other than, genetics. I got some genes that don't like to play with things. Isn't it sweet that he vacuums? We do housework on Thursdays, and today is Thursday. And I do my part. I clean the toilets and dust. And then he comes along and he does the vacuuming, and he mops the floor. So I'm very lucky that he helps me with the housework. We split it. We don't do it by ourselves. So that's kind of nice. Now, when I have my surgery, he'll have to do might have to do a little bit more for a couple of weeks, but hopefully not too many. I think I'll be okay. Of course, I've never had a knee replacement. I guess those might be words I eat later on. I don't know. But I'm pretty tough. I'm pretty tough most of the time, so I hope it don't keep me down too long, because I get bored. I don't want to be sitting around in the wintertime doing nothing when we could be out doing some fun stuff. But I'll have to just play it by ear and see what my body says I can and can't do, because ultimately it will be in charge. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. It's going to be so beautiful. We're work at around that hole. I'll have to cut that hole out before I put my other one on, other side on. And I'll probably let this dry before I try to trim a whole lot. Do I want to wrap it like that? I think I will. I think I'll wrap this around and use what I can of it to carry it to the back. And I know some people will plan, but that's not kind of, I really don't roll that way. Might be good if I did, but I kind of create as I go. Sometimes I'll think about it and have an idea, but I don't always know exactly how I'm going to go with something until I get to that point. So, let's see. We're going to, let me slide this up so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put a cut there and a little nip there so that that will lay a little bit nicer. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and get my glue stick out for this part and see if I can get the glue stick to hold it. I think it will, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll see. My cheap supplies that I buy when they put the school supplies out and they make them really cheap, that's when I pick them up. I start ordering every week. I order a couple of dollars worth of glue sticks and glue. My husband said, "Don't you think you got enough?" I said, "No, it's got to last me all year long because it really bothers me to pay full price for glue." I guess I'm just cheap, but it's a difference. Like if you get the, let's see, what size is it? I think I've told you before. If you get the small bottle, it's like 8 ounces. You get it for 50 cents during school supplies, when people are purchasing school supplies. Well, by Christmas, it goes up tremendously. If I ordered it at Christmas time, I would pay $3 or $4 for it now, and that's like craziness. Got a piece of scrap paper I'm going to use. So I just cleaned my mat, so I'm going to try not to mess it up first time out. First ride out, so to speak. And I keep these clothespins close by for stuff like this, so it can hold that down and give it a chance to bond well. So we're just going to go ahead and put those all the way out here. And I'm going to cut this down. I'm not going to overlap that much of it. And then maybe I'll have some to use towards the center of it as well. Alright. Now let's see. I've got a knife up here. It's not the greatest kind, but it'll work. And this is a cutting mat, so it doesn't hurt anything to cut it on here. There we go. Now I'm not going to worry about whether that's smooth or not, because what I will do is when the glue is dried sufficiently, I will come in there and I will file that with a nail file, and then I'll come back and, you know, if there's anything else that needs to be done to it, I'll do it at that point. I didn't quite cut that one deep enough. Need just a little notch off of it. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, now let's turn it. We're going to flip it and see how we want to do this. I don't think I want that. If I do that, I get... That's going to give it a very pretty look at the top. Okay. So I'm just going to throw some glue on here with the glue stick. And I'll probably come back with art glitter glue and just make sure I've got everything down the way it needs to be. If there's any extra spots that need to... Let's see. Can I get it like this? I believe I can. Here, come on, glue paper. So what kind of things are you working on? I hope you've enjoyed these little house videos. I will be doing some more here and there.